kicker Will Reichert has the ball on the tee.
And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
So here's the Charger offense making their way out.
And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
And he is just absolutely marvelous to watch throw a football. That's something I could do all day long, watch him throw routes versus air. But he's even more impressive when their body's on the field, and he's creating with big throws downfield.
Herbert off of play action. Short throw to Disley.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. 2nd down and 8. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. It's taken in by Quentin Johnston.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
22 yards there, a first down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. But there's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Play action. It's Herbert. He's got another one to Johnston.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
Now, how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
They'll run. This is Gus Edwards. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
11 more on that one and another first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon.
On first down, it's Herbert. That's the tight end, Hurst, with it.
And this will leave him a yard short.
Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Second down and a little more than a yard here. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins.
The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves them with a 1st and goal. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
To the right side, this is Edwards.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Ninth play now, this long opening drive. Can they cash it in on 3rd and goal? Herbert. And he'll just get rid of it.
And how about the coverage here in the end zone? That's how you frustrate a quarterback. You get pressure on, and you take away all of his receivers, and he's got to throw it away on 3rd and goal.
Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal.
From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is indeed good, and the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. Ty Chandler now to return it. And he returns this to the 22.
So here come the Vikings as they get set for their first drive.
They'll be led out by a Southern California kid. Played his college ball in L.A. at USC. At quarterback, it's Sam Darnold.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones.
And a short pickup to about the 25. Here's 2nd and 7.
Here's Darnold.
That's caught by Munn.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Here's 2nd and 10.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. Got a man, that's Trent Sherfield. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A gain there of 21 yards. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Play action. It's Darnold.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Now a first down carry by Jones. Oh, what a juke into space.
To the 27-yard line.
I think that's about as good a 3-yard run as you're going to see. And he actually did with a little bit of flair, didn't he?
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27.
Now Darnold. He's got this one complete to Sherfield. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. They'll run it with Jones. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Again, it's Jones. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
Off of play action, Darnold. Just keeping the play alive. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Sam Darnold, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead.
All right, we've been together long enough. You were seeing the same thing I was seeing. The mindset there was, I think there's a space. Time for me to take it and go.
Yeah, we saw what he saw. I think first he said, wait, let me tuck this, get a first down. Then the lane was there. He said, I'm going to the end zone.
He had no sense stopping at that point, was there? He ended up taking it all the way. A really nice piece of running.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Second down, 8 to go from the 28.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass.
Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. A give for Edwards running right. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, they sent the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it 2nd down and 11. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. From the 50, here's Herbert. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 36. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Edwards. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Dobbins running out of the gun. And a short gain down to about the 33. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
And you can't say enough about our man making the interception right there, Brandon. It's his 12th year in the league, and you told me before the game that he still got it, and he does. What a play that was to come away with the football.
The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 4. Darnold now to throw. Open man, that's Month, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
But whenever you call and run the hitch route, a lot of times that ball's got to be in the air before the receiver even turns around. That's the result of throwing it so many times in practice, is really a timing route.
Make sure that ball's out of your hands, and oftentimes the receiver turns around, and there's the ball. Nice completion there.
Darnold on first down. And this one is incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Second and 10. Now it's Darnold. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Throwing here on third down, Darnold. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. To the air again, Darnold. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down. Faking the give, Darnold. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Darnold to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Here's Darnold. He completes this into the hands of Jefferson. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 12-yard line. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. An inside give to Jones. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. This offense so far on third down, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll run wide side with Jones. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run with Edwards here to begin the drive. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the 1st down carry. Second and 6, just inside the 30. Up the middle, it's Edwards. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Here is 3rd down and 4. Back to throw here, Herbert. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger 1st down.
I know you're trying not to scoreboard watch, but you only got 3 points. You're kind of hoping that that type of play there gives you some positive momentum going into the half.
Yeah, need to do something to get more than that 3 number that they have on the scoreboard right now. On 1st down, Justin Herbert. Targeting Dobbins again, and he's got it again. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
7 yards there and a 1st down. Now a timeout called for by the offense as he'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. That's again complete to Palmer. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Herbert now. Pass hauled in by Johnston. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
He's one of the bigger receivers in the game, CD, and his size that time certainly helped against double coverage.
Yeah, you're still at a little bit of a disadvantage when you're going against multiple defenders when they're trying to double you and sometimes triple you. But you're exactly right. With his build, he could minimize that disadvantage, and he more than held his own and hauled that one in right there.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Now 2nd and 5.
Here's Herbert.
He gets this underneath to Dobbins. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, BG, thanks very much, and welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports halftime report. In the first half, it was the veteran Sam Darnold who had the offense moving. He's got the lone touchdown of the game on a touchdown run. We'll see if he can get it going through the air as this one goes on. This game's had a little bit of everything thus far, and certainly plenty to look forward to as the teams are right back out there for the second half. So we'll get right back out there as well, as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third.
Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Up the middle, Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Carryover from the first half. That defensive line continues to control the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they're actually playing the game in the offense's backfield. They're taking those offensive linemen and pushing them back towards the quarterback and towards the runners. I still don't think, though, that you abandon the running game totally, because if you do, you're asking for a lot more hits on your QB.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. To throw is Darnold.
Pass complete to Addison.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Short completion, just 4 yards. 3rd and 7 now.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. Darnold. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers 30. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Back to throw, Darnold. He's going to look deep down the field. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Jordan Addison, 30 yards. And the Vikings go up by 2 touchdowns.
No lead safe in the new NFL, but this score is really going to give them some needed breathing room.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. 5 plays there on that drive. And Jordan Addison capped it off with a touchdown catch. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors. And that's one of the better plays we've seen this offense put together so far. They haven't been able to get on track much at all. But listen, they're only down a couple of scores with the rest of this quarter and the entire 4th remaining, so stranger things have happened.
Herbert on 1st down now. Finds Johnston. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Just more of the same here. That's back-to-back catches for him to start the drive. They've looked his way quite a bit, and with good reason, as this duo picks up yet another 1st down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's Herbert. He gets it to Johnston. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 1st downs. They're taking it to him, and it's paying off.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll try the draw here with Dobbins. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run.
This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Seemed like they picked an excellent time there, Charles, to go with the draw play.
They certainly did. Caught him a little over-eager trying to get into the backfield and get to the quarterback. They used their speed and their aggressiveness against them, didn't they?
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Herbert operating from the red zone. He'll get this over the middle here to Palmer. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 9 at the 4-yard line.
From the 4, this is 2nd down and 1. On the option right, Herbert. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Justin Herbert, a 4-yard touchdown scamper. And the Chargers have cut it back within a score.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
For the extra point, Cameron Dicker. And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10. That time a 6-play drive. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Sam Darnold leading the offense out for their next possession. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Khalil Mack. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
Chalk that one up to bad acting, I guess, because they certainly failed to sell the handoff, and the pressure stayed keyed in on the quarterback. No Oscar awards for this offense, just a loss of yardage.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And here's Ryan Wright now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. .43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Quentin Johnston and the offense back to work. He's been a load for them to handle defensively, I know that much.
But look at him. He's got 7 catches on the game, and he's starting to shred them a little bit because not only is he catching them, he's picking up good yardage, keeping the chains moving, ball control, you name it. This big guy, what did you say? He's been a load for them to handle?
That's right.
Agreed.
This has 7 catches, as you said, over 100 yards.
It's second and 8 at the 40-yard line.
This is second and 8. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Herbert. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. Johnston on the quick slant. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
At the 32-yard line.
An option handoff here to Dobbins. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
In motion left goes a tight end. Edwards now on 1st and 10. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Jonathan Bernard on the tackle. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 35-yard line.
Again, it's Edwards. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Chargers first down.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. On the handoff, Edwards. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4 at the 7-yard line.
So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. 4 yards to go on second down from the 7. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4. Touchdown, Chargers! Lad McConkey, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Dicker down to tack on the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. A 10-play drive that time. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. Ty Chandler now on the return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. In motion right is Addison. And now a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Jones. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here, second down.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
From the 24 now, here's the 2nd and 8. Here's Darnold. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Khalil Mack picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
The offense on 3rd down, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10. Now Darnold completes this to Addison out left. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the 1st.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy could be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and they picked up a 1st down for them, too.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. The give is to Jones. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
They'll try the right side with Jones. And he stopped immediately there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. They're going to look to throw. And Darnold, he lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
And here's Ryan Wright now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter.
The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. A pretty nice gain there on the run. Gets it to the 35 after showcasing the agile move.
51 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass.
That one caught by Rice.
First target, first catch, and a 1st down. Looking to throw.
Herbert, throw over the middle, and it's caught by Johnston.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger 1st down.
On the jet sweep, it's McConkey.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup.
Tackled by Jonathan Grenard. Here's a 2nd and 8. A give up the middle to Dobbins.
And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. Big 3rd down. A field goal from this spot, 57 yards as they hope to move it a little closer.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 25-yard line. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another 1st. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line. It's a gain of up second and
2. 2 yards to go, second down. This is Edwards, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field. I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Herbert setting up the screen here to Edwards. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down.
And sometimes when you run a screen pass down in the red zone, it's really tough to create a lot of room to operate. The field's pretty condensed. But that was really well designed there, and they're able to pick up a first down.
Now a handoff, Edwards. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They face a 2nd down, but they are in field goal range. Here's a 2nd and 7. They run once more with Edwards. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
I'd sure love to offer some advice to the defensive coordinator, but his guys are just getting run over by an offense that's executing like a well-oiled machine.
Now 1st and goal. Edwards will take this into the end zone for a Charger touchdown.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it was polished off by the Gus Edwards touchdown run. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. Chandler now on the return. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So Sam Darnold in the offense. Down by 7. Less than 90 seconds to go. They've surrendered a double-digit lead, but can rescue themselves late as they come up on first down. Now Darnold. Able to find Jones. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
They come up now on 2nd and 2. Here's Darnold. Completes this to Jefferson. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far, and 2nd down. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
He'll drop this underneath for Jones. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. They'll come to the line. This is 3rd and 3. Darnold to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Here's 1st down. Darnold. Addison hauls it in. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. This offense cannot stop the clock now. No timeouts remaining as they come up here 1st down. Darnold now to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They took their shot for the end zone, almost cost them.
And he made the right play there, knocking it away. But, boy, it looked like he had a chance to come down with the football. And if he does that, this thing is over. Instead, he leaves him out there with another chance.
The ball on the 16 for 2nd and 10. Darnold. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Joey Bosa in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Partner, what a finish to this one. I mean, this offense, they had it down there inside the red zone, but ultimately couldn't execute that final snap to find the end zone.
Yeah, and they're going to walk away from this one, and you know what's going to go through their heads the entire time until they get to play again. If we could only have that final snap to do over one more time, maybe with a different play call.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Minneapolis, so long, everybody.